Hello everyone, and hello especially to English students all over the world. And welcome to your first day of the 30-day English challenge with me. Whoop, got my phone on. So, the world is a very different place right now. And I think that everyone, no matter where you are, is affected by this situation, the coronavirus. It's difficult to comprehend, to understand just how big this problem is. And I know that you are affected, everyone is affected, which is really hard to comprehend, to understand. So please tell me where you are and how you are affected. If you don't know me, my name is Cara and I'm an English teacher and I teach English online at Number One Institute. So I have the address down here. The good thing about teaching online or studying online is right now it is the safest place to be. So firstly, I hope that you are healthy and that the people that you love are also healthy. Secondly, I hope that you are okay financially, so you still have a job. Maybe you have stopped for a short time, but you still have a job. So these things are really important. Maybe you just have some extra time at home to study English. And that's why I've made this 30-day English challenge. So normally I have a new video lesson every Sunday on YouTube. But I decided that during this time, I'm going to go live at this time every day for 30 days with an English lesson. And I will be on both YouTube and Facebook. So if it works, hopefully I can see everybody's comments. So if you are here, please say hello and tell me where you are from. So this is really my 30-day challenge, but I also challenge you to watch one video with me every day for 30 days and see how your English can improve. Today's lesson, we will study some vocabulary about COVID-19, also called coronavirus. So we're just going to start with a vocabulary lesson. Hi Carrie, it's good to see you again. Okay. Okay, so we have two words. They're both nouns. The first word, let me just check. Yep. The first word is epidemic, so it's a noun, epidemic. And then we have pandemic. And you can hear that these words sound similar. They both have epidemic. So epidemic has 4 syllables. Epidemic. And we stress the 3rd syllable. Epidemic. Epidemic. Pandemic has 3 syllables, but we also stress this same sound, the dem. Pandemic. Epidemic. So, they're similar, but they're a little bit different. Just make it a bit bigger. Please tell me if you can see this writing okay. So an epidemic is a disease that spreads in a large area. A pandemic is also a disease that spreads in a wider area. So it's bigger than an epidemic. And I think March 11 this year, the World Health Organization declared that COVID-19 is now a pandemic. Okay, so similar, but pandemic is bigger. Right. And hello to, we have Time. I'll call you Time. It's good to see you here. So our next word is symptom. Symptom. So 2 syllables. And we stress the first one. And it's also a noun. Symptom. Symptom. So these are the feelings of illness or a change caused by a disease. Make this a bit bigger. So different diseases have different symptoms. Coronavirus has these 3 symptoms. If you know what they are, please tell me. So this first one is, and I'll just write it, cough. So this has very strange spelling, but this GH makes a f sound, and so it's cough, cough. All right, the next one, he's feeling his forehead, and we've got the temperature here. So it is, nobody has said, fever. All right, and lastly, there's a pain here. So on the outside, this is your neck, and inside, it's your throat. Doing my best writing. Okay, throat, throat. Oh, so that's your throat, and it is sore, which means there's a pain. So we have cough, fever, and sore throat. So these are 3 common symptoms of the coronavirus. So symptoms are the feelings. Okay, our next word, contagious. contagious. Can you hear how many syllables? Contagious. Got 3 syllables. And we stress the second one. And it's an adjective. An adjective. Okay, so contagious means that the disease can spread from one person to another. Contagious. Now, do you know another word that has a similar meaning? It's the same meaning. So another word with the same meaning as contagious. We're going to see that word very soon. Okay, so there's lots of forms of this word. So the base is infect, which is the verb. 2 syllables, infect. So we stress the second one. Infect. Then we have a noun. We also stress the second one. Infection. Then we have an adjective. So we have 2 adjectives here, but they have different meanings or different uses. So infected, and infectious. Infectious. Both of these are adjectives. So to infect means to give the disease to someone else, to infect, and their infection is the disease. See. So we have to infect, the verb, to give the disease, and then infection is like the disease in your body. Now our 2 adjectives. Infected describes the person with the disease. Oops. And infectious has the same meaning as contagious. Okay, so infect is the verb. Infection is the disease. Infected describes the person with the disease. And infectious is the same meaning as contagious. So if we go back, here, to spread the disease from one person to another, contagious. Okay, so now let's have a look at some solutions. So these are the solutions that we are talking about a lot in my country, in Australia. So the biggest solution is to isolate. Isolate. So that's got 3 syllables, and we stress the first one, and it's the verb. Isolate. Isolate. Okay, and that means to stay alone, to stay by yourself. So in this case, it's social isolation is the noun, and to socially, so in terms of people, to stay by yourself. So notice that we stress isolate, but in the noun form, we stress lation, lay, isolation, isolation. Okay. We also talk about social distancing. And this is what's happening in this picture. So we have a distance between two people. I don't know in your country. In Australia, we are told we must stay 1.5 meters away from each other. Okay, so not people in your family, but all your friends and colleagues and classmates, you must stay 1.5 meters apart. So this is social distancing. Social isolation is to stay by yourself at home. So these are the two solutions because coronavirus is so contagious, or the other word, infectious. All right, and finally, this word, can you pronounce it? Quarantine. Quarantine. And we stress the first syllable, quarantine. So quarantine is what we must do if we catch or we might have been infected with coronavirus. So quarantine is when you stay in your room and you don't touch anything or talk to anyone or see anyone. So you must stay by yourself because it is so contagious. Are these the same solutions that are being talked about in your country? Okay, so that's our last word. So we talked about epidemic and pandemic, symptoms, the cough, fever, and sore throat. Contagious, which means the same as infectious, as well as infect, infected, and infection. And then a couple of the solutions: social isolation, social distancing, and quarantine. So now I have a test for you. I want you to screenshot this test and you can see if you can answer these questions with the new vocabulary. And then tomorrow's lesson, we will go through and check your answers. Okay, so that's the end of day 1 of my 30-day challenge. I have 29 more lessons for you coming every day. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do this test, which I will leave here, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay safe, wash your hands, and keep a distance. If you can, stay at home. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time tomorrow. I just have to see how to close it.